It was literally a brush of death. That thief was in such a rush to get home that they didn't even notice that corpse was in the back seat. About 250 people come to this temple, and many of them told me that one of the biggest shocks about that Wisconsin shooting was that it happened during prayer time. But if you take a look out the window, we're about 2,400 feet off the ground right now, and there's no way to get down. It is all about timing. After all, emergency responders only have about 30 seconds to evaluate each of these patients laying on the ground. School books and school objects line the floors of Greene County Middle School, where a tornado ripped through Saturday evening. A lot of people, know people who are affected by cancers. It's modeled after 13th century Gothic style architecture, and every Sunday, about 300 people sit below it.
The worst moment of my entire life. She was perfect.
6-year-old Ava Kendall was supposed to be the flower girl in Rachel Jones' wedding, but a tragic crash on the way to the church took this little girl's life.
I don't think that we'll obviously get married, but there will be no wedding. There's just no way. April 9th will never be what we thought it was going to be.
Family members say Kendall had just gotten her hair and nails done and was on her way to the ceremony with bridesmaids 22-year-old Michelle Garland and 13-year-old Lindsay Whitehurst, when troopers say a Jeep Cherokee crossed over the line of Highway 43 in Pitt County and hit the girl's Honda Accord. Kendall was killed in the crash, the 2 other women injured. Jones was in her wedding dress, also on the way to the church, when she came across the wreck and realized 3 of the people involved were in her wedding party.
I knew right away one was dead, and how you pick 1 out of 3, you can't.
Kendall was a family friend of the bride-to-be. It's still hard for Kendall's father to believe something like this happened.
I was panicked and distraught at the time and had no idea what to expect, and then it was unreal.
For now, all the family can do is remember the good times with their little girl and just how special she was.
Had red hair, and anywhere we went, people stopped to talk to her because she was explosive with personality, and she was beautiful.
Every time I turn around the house, I'll see her. I see pictures, I see her artwork, and I see her clothes. And she's with me.
Tanisha Akinloy says she has dedicated her life to helping these clients, giving them the confidence they need and the strength to change their own path. She says that these touch-ups really go a long way.
Nobody's going to know me now.
Snipping away fear and adding a layer of confidence. 63-year-old Charlene Payne is getting a new image.
Give you the self-esteem back that you want.
Payne has worked at many jobs like doorman and tax lady Liberty Waiver. She is currently employed as a daycare teacher, but she's having a tough time making ends meet. So this time Payne's trying something different.
This is my first time.
Instead of going to the soup kitchen, she's at the Philip Bruce Salon getting a free makeover.
It helps so much to feel confident and feel beautiful. It makes a world of difference.
Thanks to nonprofit Empowering Through Beauty and CEO Tanisha Akinloy, Payne is getting rid of a style that weighed her down.
It didn't do anything for me. Just made me feel like I was the low man on the totem pole.
Akinloy has watched over 200 of these transformations in the past 2 years. She started the organization to give back to women who are sick, disabled, homeless, or dealing with domestic violence.
The struggle was hard for them, didn't have a job. The first thing to go was their appearance. But that was the only thing that made them feel safe.
But one of Akinloy's biggest dreams is to help unemployed women get back in the workforce.
More than half has been out there and successfully looked for jobs and are, getting them.
About 5 salons participate in the Empowering Through Beauty project and help to pamper and treat clients. Finally, Payne has her fresh new look.
When you see the before and after picture, you're not going to know yourself.
It was instantly, just magical.
Akinloy says that about half of these women who get these makeovers go on to jobs like a receptionist or a nursing assistant. And for more information on that, you can go to our website at news12.com. It's these terrifying jaws that have this crowd glued to their seat.
A little scary and a little fun and a little annoying. Big alligator in that water, and then he was in one of these stores over there.
For all the daredevils out there, take a look at this little baby alligator. He's only about 10 pounds, but his big brother is in the Kachunga Alligator Show. This show is pulling all the tricks out of their bag, making their first appearance at the West Virginia State Fair. David Castillo and his brother started the show in 1982. The company travels all over the country, and their stunts include wrestling the gator and clenching its jaw full of teeth. But most importantly, they want to show everyone that these reptiles aren't so scary after all behind the scales.
That's our goal, is to clear up the myths and educate the public a little bit. Try to take away some of the fear that people have of gators.
Their mission is to educate the audience about these reptiles that can travel speeds up to 25 miles per hour.
There are things that you don't want to do down in Florida where gators living, and that's like swim with the big ones or feed them. And if you obey some of those rules, you'd be just fine.
And of course, create some laughs.
The alligator was trying to snap his hand off.
At the fairgrounds, Lorin Richardson, WVVA News.